Okay.
You see that expiration date coming up there on April 16th.
Yes.
This year also approved up to $67,500. 120% approved loan to value with our APR.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Blues and the Dallas Cowboys.
So I'm supposed to go and pick up the vehicle.
It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, look at the juke.
No, this upcoming
He'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up.
Now, what we can do here is, even though it expires on the 16th, we can, what you're approved for is our dealer funding request form.
Okay.
And what that means for you is that after the expiration date of April 16th, your paperwork, as long as you have access to it and have it in your possession, it is good for an additional 30 days outside of that expiration date.
Okay.
Normally, that 30 days is reserved for the dealership. They give them a little extra time to send the document back to us. So that way, you know, if a situation like this arises where
to the 27-yard line.
Say, like, you know, on the last day of the loan's expiration date,
Okay.
you know, they give the dealership a little bit of time to send things back to us there, keep you around to reapply here. In this situation, we can kind of utilize that window to be able to give you a few extra days there, so that way you don't have to do new loan applications.
Okay.
It would require us to go ahead and kind of get your finalized.
And they'll go on the ground. Oh, nice move. Finds an opening past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
So I'm not approved for the loan. I still got to go through the approval process.
They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A spin, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and he'll move the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Let me go and call the people back so that I can get the actual numbers for the loan.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Let's say they're asking for $10,000. They have to show a document to show that you signed. So, like, your first day, it says first.
No, check, Patriot!
And they'll run him here. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
I'm sort of driving
Calling the game is 7, and it gets him a new
I
set
was
of
trying to get
downs.
extended, but I will go back online and sign everything I need to sign, and then I should be good to go.
Right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, so what you'll do, Captain, is you normally log on to USA.com to the desktop or the mobile app?
The mobile app.
5 on the 50.
Okay.
5 on the 50.
So once you're on your app there, go into your account.
Right back to him on first down. Yeah, he spins through, and they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Late night, till 11 p.m. your time. Tomorrow
the fullback try and push the pile. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Oh, sir,
Just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has, the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. High five, baby. High five. Let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Hey,
back to throw. Frost. And his first look is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Got in left. 3 down, 3 down. Flex round. Flex round.
From the gun, Frost. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Hurry up.
And on the ground they go, running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on. So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
They get it to him running left. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So their move is to decline that so they don't get another 2nd down. It'll be 3rd.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their 3rd down defense, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's a sub package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on 3rd down.
The penalty certainly makes things tougher here as they try again. 3rd and goal.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch. Gun!
Looking to throw. Flushed out right, and he can't find the receiver, and he's brought down. Malik Collins. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Go ahead, take a seat. You can't stop me.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. And Elliott puts this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And out now come the Cowboys. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On 2nd down, Elliott. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ohio!
Throwing on 1st down. Frost hauling it in, Nelson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Operating from the gun. Frost throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
3 down. Ohio!
Looking to throw. Frost. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
Detroit! Hey, boys, you got four down. Kill.
Now they try the right side here. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Watch tight end's right. All right, here we go. 3-19.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. His throw incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. 3rd down here. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Taco Charlton in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 4 down. Gun. Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain.
Fuck.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Blues and the Dallas Cowboys. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready? Black to the set. Bang, 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 bang. Play them.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Leopard! Leopard!
Now a handoff looking right. And he stopped immediately there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They come up on a 3rd and 11.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Steps away. It's caught inside the 25. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this...
was on display there, wasn't it? It certainly was, because he allows the box to set up in front of him. And that...
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. For these Thursday night games.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Gone! 4 down, 4 down. Detroit! Gone!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. Looking for Aguilar.
What the fuck are you doing?
Picked off at the 40. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
What the fuck are you doing?
Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive.
This dude, man.
First interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
What are you doing?
4 down, 4 down. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
This
And
dude
he can't
here.
find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Taco Charlton in there to drop it.
Yo, what are you doing,
His
man?
5th sack of the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback.
Watch the edge.
I'm not understanding you right now, man.
25 at the 24-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Dude, you need to let me score.
The situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a 1st down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So
What are you
doing?
Man, yo.
That changes everything because...
Yo. This dude acting damn retarded. 10 points in ball. Stop playing defense. Let me score. The fuck? What are you... Yo, this dude, man, I swear. This dude, man. Yo.
You're able to find a crease. You often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up
This
the 3rd
dude,
down.
man.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Pick the cornerback and go on the other side of the field so I can score. This dude, man.
They're going to try and throw, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And
What are you doing?
be able to hook up there. It's incomplete.
Man, what are you doing? I can't do with you right now. You going on auto, bro. You going on auto. Get me out this fucking game. You going on auto. What? You on some other shit.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Blues and the Dallas Cowboys. This one fielded at the 5. A beautiful fake. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
This dude, man.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And they'll go on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to be a loss of 15 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hey. You got 3. Ohio!
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, guys, check me out. Come on, let's go! Grand 38!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Frost. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end. And you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Ohio!
Back to throw. Frost. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
King out there around with him?
Nah, they leave him out there. They raised him a couple of times. He was on his scooter. Fast. But you know the mama, they got the little booty and the Spanish girl.
No.
Right here, they live right here.
The white girl lady over there?
She ain't white. She comes to them.
Talking about with the white girl? The truck?
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive
the one,
line.
remember, she brought her trash out and he said she got a little booty on
Near
her.
the line of scrimmage. If you do that,
Anyway, they got killed.
first
The
down.
girls
You
and
win
the boys.
second down. And guess what? You
They got
start
killed?
accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not.
You said they got a daughter and a girl.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but
How can you do on a bicycle?
It was on my phone.
he just hurt his balls. He knocked the hell out of him. He had to stop. He was like,
Ground
oh.
game here with the running back. He'll get it to the 40. Sweet little move in there, but couldn't get much yardage out of
He
it.
walked up to him all the
Pick
way
up
up to
only
the
a
front.
yard
Almost
there, and
got
it'll leave him
basketball
with
foot
a
down
3rd and
and
7.
ran 5 times. I should have had my waist belt on. It make me sweat.
This dude aggravating the shit out of me.
Burns called to check on me.
Oh, that's good.
They'll look to throw here. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Muscles by at the 25. And Tate's got it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Check hot route. Hot. You.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now they try the right side here. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity if it breaks down.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. In for the score. And his guys have taken a first corner lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they'll run it here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Looking to throw. Frost. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's... keep the drive going. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Alert! Alert!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts.
This dude, man, you killed me, bro.
As we step aside here
in
this first quarter. To throw on 2nd down. Frost. Throw complete there. Rodgers. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, well, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Back to throw. Frost. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and our drive continues here to start quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
Hey. 4 down. Ship. Hot. 25, check 25. Here we go, check it, boss. Check the call.
Now a handoff looking right. A little juke. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Tight end's right. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Gun. Detroit. Gun.
He'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Taco Charlton in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
All day. We coming all day.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over, so that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Flex round. Check three.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw. Frost. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side, but how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
4 down, 4 down. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Wide motion, wide motion.
Zone, 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 zone.
Mike 50, Mike
Hit a zone.
And they'll go on the ground.
Ooh.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Blue 90. Hot.
And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And they'll run it here. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Ohio! Ohio!
From the gun, Frost. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, boys, got 4 down.
Zone! 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 He in the zone! He in the zone!
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he shifts past him. So an
Ooh, that shit, boy.
One tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left.
Zone!
And incomplete
Zone!
there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Check, 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 check.
On the ground they go with a running back. Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Zone!
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Take a hot read. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Outside coming. Outside coming. Hot!
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And the kick by Elliott is good. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here we go. White 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go. White 90. White 90. Hut.
Now
Got him.
flags fly in.
Got him.
The Cowboys look like they got going a little early.
Boy. Come on, man. Play ball. Make you earn this shit.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start.
Oh, you know what it is.
Flex round. Flex round.
Operating from the gun. Frost. Over the middle. It's
Oh.
complete. Touchdown.
Oh, okay, radio.
Boys. Colby
All right.
Lisenby. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And the last time that they were on the field, little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep this confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Shift. Watch it now, Barney.
And they'll go on the ground. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Yep. That's what we're going to do.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Let's go! White 90! White 90!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Frost. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
White 90! White 90!
Back to throw. Frost. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looks like a clear face mask to me.
Got lucky.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And they'll run it here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. toss. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Frost.
Oh, I'm supposed to intercept that.
To it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm supposed to have those.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Tight end right, tight end right. Hey, we got 3 down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Got him.
He's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Got him.
Picked off at the 36. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. Spike the ball at the 47-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Steps away to his left. And able to break one tackle, but quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Oh, no. I'm going to show you about this. Play back there if you want to. I'm going to show you. Basic football, baby.
And he is tackled
Basic football.
40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the
basic football, baby. That's what I'm telling you right now.
I believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
I ain't worried about that.
And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Oh, you got new defense, bro. Okay.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves.
Now I'm about to go back to my favorite play.
He's still rumbling, isn't he?
One you probably gonna complain about. Tell all the other commissioners.
But you and I both know, well conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being
this is
at
punishment.
his feet late in ball games.
This is punishment.
Now they try the right side here. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Able to stay in bounds to the clock.
Did not use one single play more than
Another touchdown.
more than 2 times, more than once during this drive. I like to thank everybody who believed in me. You know, knew that I was this dude called me a cheaper player. That's your defense. I'm gonna try to give you an opportunity to change it. Oh, oh.
And stopped a few
Doobity-doobity. Scooby-Doo-doobity.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. I think this defense
tired you gotta know who you got.
On this D-line.
Scooby-Doo-doobity.
As well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs.
Oh, this touchdown
now,
right here.
You're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He's in a zone. He'll get it up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
Just keep the ball on the ground. Don't chew up some clock.
Get it in.
That might be enough to get them home. And if not, the clock is definitely their friend.
Kind of defense you running, boy.
Trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. To throw here.
Got him.
Escaping the pressure. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. His 9th
You shouldn't even scored that one time.
And his guys find a way to stretch that
Shouldn't
lead.
even scored 1 point.
And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man.
Over here.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown,
get your ass down.
Do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his
2-minute warning. Let's go.
Running game, or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
Doobity. Game over.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Oh, you got a new play?
Flex round.
Nope, same play. Same play. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame.
To throw on 2nd down. Frost. And that one.
Oh, you're supposed to catch that, baby.
Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Come on, Hill.
Wayward pass. You know, things
you want a new contract, baby?
In this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
Doobity.
What it does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Doobity. Shibbity doo. What are you going to do? Boogity.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8.
Get him. Get him, defense.
From the gun.
Oh, you something different? Shibbity doobity.
4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Check.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Why you didn't catch that, Darby?
Incomplete.
Come on, Darby.
Go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. And now Chicago,
Darby, you let me down on that one, man.
as they take the field.
You supposed to have that.
Redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what
Defense
it's
is
like
this?
on the sideline, because when
This
you
your
score a
new
touchdown,
defense.
you have to go over and look at the tab.
Oh, he playing man. Break out of it. He playing man, y'all.
It's a whole lot better
He playing man.
than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Man to man.
They'll go with a ground attack here.
Man to man.
25.
2
2 yards on the carry.
Doobity-doo.
2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Doobity. Uh-oh. I'm going to teach you something right now. Keep you something real good.
Open space inside the 10.
Told you.
Doobity-doobity.
Doobity-doo.
Chicago. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Doobity-doobity.
And it's
Doobity-doo.
Elliott now to kick this one away.
Come on.
And this
Let
will
me see you
be
do something different.
touchback as that sails over the end line.
I want you to do something
Cowboys
different.
offense heading back out and ready to go again.
Oh, this the same stuff.
Their offense is
This the same stuff.
try to put together something
Doobity-doobity.
just to take into next week.
He called me the cheating commissioner.
Want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we
Next person that let them get a yard, you coming out the game.
Good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34.
Not this way again.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback.
Crack his head the next time you try to come over there.
35-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Not this one.
And they'll go on the ground.
Got him. Come on.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
Doobity-doobity.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big time?
Doobity-doobity.
Now whistles come.
Doobity-doo.
We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll push this forward over about the 42-yard.
Let's play ball, baby.
Now here's a timeout.
Doobity-doobity.
Defensive side of the ball.
Doobity-doo.
It's just their first.
What are you going to do
here in the final stages? Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Ohio! Ohio! 31's the mic.
Looking to throw. Frost. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Back to throw. Frost. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and sneak it here. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. It's their quarterback with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. The Cowboys offense, it'll stay out there as they'll go for 2. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game.
Doobity-doobity. Doobity-doo.
set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Oh!
Across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith.
Doobity-doobity.
Second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there. He goes down. Just inside the 20 at the 19. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL.